the LG Air Solutions Conclave 2022. Once again, a humble request to all our distinguished guests to kindly come forward and join us inside the hall. यहाँहरु धेरैजनाले हाम्रा LG का विभिन्न प्रोडक्ट्सहरु बाहिर एक्सप्लोर पनि गरिराख्नु भएको छ होला, तर हामी यो फर्स्ट सेसन पश्चात पुनः यहाँहरु सबैजनाले समय पाउनु हुनेछ भन्ने जानकारी म गराउन चाहन्छु। त्यसैकारणले आज हाम्रो आतिथ्य स्वीकार गरेर आउनु भएका यहाँहरु सबैजनालाई हल भित्र आइदिनका लागि म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु। I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Nirvana Chaudhary, Managing Director, CG Corp Global, and I'd like to request you, sir, to kindly take your seat out in the front. Our distinguished guests from Government of Nepal, diplomats from various embassies, representatives from the medical fraternity, engineer consultants, architects, educators, academicians, LG delegates all the way from Korea, LG CG family here in Nepal, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the LG Air Solutions Conclave 2022, exploring innovations and efficiency beyond cooling. I am Sadiksha Shrestha. I am your host and I am excited and truly honored to be a part of such wonderful event. We've divided today's event in two parts. The first session will be a presentation session and the second part would be a panel discussion session on the topic Role of Technology in Energy Transition. Air, as we all know, is the fundamental building block apart from which we would not survive or we would not exist. Despite that, recent WHO data has also shown that almost the entire global population, 99% of us, don't breathe quality air or breathe air that exceeds the WHO air quality limits, and this in return threatens all our life. So it is crucial that we take steps towards a healthier environment, breathable air, and also do what we can for now to protect our loved ones and the air we breathe. We would like to begin today's program with the national anthem. So I'd like to request all our distinguished guests to kindly stand up in honor of our national anthem. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very, very much. We are inaugurating our event in a traditional Nepali manner, which is by lighting the panas. And to do the honors, may I please request Mr. Nirvana Chaudhary, Managing Director, CG Corp Global, Mr. Sean Choi, and Engineer Shankarnath Rimal, Senior Engineer. उहाँहरु तीनजनालाई हामी अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छौँ आजको यस कार्यक्रम पानसमा दीप प्रज्वलन गरेर गरिदिनु हुनका लागि। हामीले तीनवटा बत्ती पनि तयार पारेका छौं। Shankarnath Rimal सरलाई, Nirvana Chaudhary सरलाई, and would also like to request Mr. Cho to kindly join in this special way of inaugurating today's program. May I please request Mr. Choi to kindly light one of the panas? So this is a traditional way how we inaugurate or start something auspicious here in Nepal. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for doing the honors. And with this, the LG Air Solutions Conclave 2022 has begun. I would now like to request all your attention to be kindly diverted towards the screen for this AV of CG Corporate.
Nepal has long been recognized as the land of soaring Himalayas, majestic mountains, the birthplace of Lord Buddha, the brave Gurkhas, breathtaking landscapes, rich diversity of culture, warm and friendly people. But today it is also known for another rich legacy that is rapidly becoming an integral part of Nepal's modern identity. CG Corp Global.
Welcome to the world of CG Corp Global, which started at Chaudhry Group some 140 years ago. We particularly feel proud that having been born in Nepal, which is also known as the birthplace of Lord Buddha, we were able to take the Nepalese businesses to the world. Therefore, CG Corp Global's motto has been taking Nepal to the world.
Nepal's #1 corporate house, Nepal's first multinational company, Nepal's first integrated industrial park, Nepal's first billionaire to receive recognition from the Forbes magazine, enterprise net worth of over $1.5 billion, top-notch portfolio of over 100 products and services, pioneer Nepal's top-notch upmarket boutique hotels, resorts and urban-style city hotels, workforce of over 10,000 employees, global footprint in 30 countries across 5 continents. The foundation stone of this global phenomena was laid in 1890 by late Bhuramul Chaudhary, who initially started off by importing textile from various parts of Asia. The small shop at Jutta Sadak, or the New Road, in 1935 was what gave momentum to this visioning a bigger dream. In 1940, late Mr. Lunkarandas Chaudhary took over the reins of the company and expanded the business by exporting jute to the United States and Europe. Soon after, he ventured into stainless steel business in 1965. CG soon established Arun Emporium in 1968. This gave the Nepali consumers an access to various brands that were not available in the Nepali market until then. In the early 70s, the company then shifted focus towards the food segment. Pashupati Biscuits was the company's first venture under this segment. However, the paradigm shift came in 1980s when CG introduced YY, Nepal's first ready-to-eat instant noodles product. This not only changed CG's fortune, but it also changed the way Nepalis viewed instant noodles. Since then, there has been no looking back. CG soon saw the untapped potential in various business arenas and ventured into every major business area one could think of. The new momentum gathered pace, and soon many ventures took shape. The company has also successfully ventured into competitive sectors like hotel, tourism, and hospitality, with alliances with some of the most reputed names in the international hospitality business. Including Taj Hotels and Resorts, Alila, Jetwing, and The Farm, among others. With the ability to adapt and expand over time, the company is also making headlines in sectors like information technology, telecom, mobiles, packaging, cement, brewery, tobacco, biotech, banking and finance, to name a few. CG Financial Services, which comprises of CG Finco, United Remit, United Finance, United Insurance, ePay and Nabil Bank, offers a wide array of world-class financial services. CG Realty, one of the recent ventures of the group, has in an excess of 1 million square feet built-up area in Nepal and Dubai combined together. Similarly, CG Electronics has established itself as the undisputed market leader in consumer electronics and home appliances since the last 30 years. Likewise, CG Hydro, another mammoth project of the group, is today one of the leading EPC companies in Nepal, serving high-profile public and private clients. CG Education, which is yet another visionary undertaking of the group, is today looked upon as one of the best educational institutes in the country. CG today boasts of a colorful bouquet of 76 brands and 122 active companies blooming under its widespread wings, with footprint in over 30 countries and alliances with some of the most reputed brand names. CG Corp Global is making waves at a global scale. The Chaudhary Foundation is one of the most dedicated and active departments of the company. The company has always taken the responsibility to work for the betterment of the nation and its people, and has undertaken various initiatives from women empowerment, employment generation, disaster risk management, livelihood and skill development. After the major earthquake of 2015, which left the entire nation in widespread devastation and chaos, Chaudhary Foundation has stepped in a big way and has dedicated itself towards the relief and reconstruction process. Along with its global partners, the company has committed to consistently work towards improving the lives of those affected. It has committed to build 10,000 shelter homes for those made homeless by the earthquake and 100 schools damaged in the disaster.
We've always wanted to create a responsible company, not towards the country where we operate, but also more towards the people. I like to take the example of the earthquake that struck Nepal in April 2015, which left more than 700,000 homes down and more than 30,000 schoolroom classes unusual. We are proud that today some of the world's most respected foundations and corporations have joined hands with us. We are committed to expanding our activities, delivering more shelters to the Nepalese people, delivering more school buildings as well as quality education in terms of vocational training, etc. to the Nepalese student. It's not important what kind of a wealth you are able to generate. What is important is how you work with the society in giving it back.
CG Corp Global.
What a brand, what a legacy. It is indeed, as consumers of the brand as well, and as Nepalis, that we take pride in this wonderful homegrown brand. And it is now with great honor that I would like to invite on stage Mr. Nirvana Chaudhary for his keynote address in this August gathering.
Thank you, Sadiksha, so much for this lovely introduction. Respected Excellencies, representatives from various government offices, industry leaders, our respected partners from LG Korea, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media. It gives me immense pleasure in being here today because for the last 34, 35 years, LG has been perhaps the biggest electronics brand in the country in terms of its credibility, reputation, and the technology innovation it keeps bringing in. Our focus has been a lot in our TV, home appliances, constant new products, innovation on there. But now, with the advancement of not only the air conditioning, but going into air conditioning solutions in commercial ACs, you know, all of us, if one thing pandemic, COVID has taught us is the entire essence of having a very healthy lifestyle and ensuring that we have clean air that we breathe in at home. Just going through a little bit of a seasonal flu myself, so I'll just read the little bit of a speech I'd written. Clean energy stands at the center of global efforts to move towards greener economies and sustainable development, including poverty eradication. Clean energy technologies are recognized as important energy supply options as well as key resources for addressing universal energy access, energy security, and climate change. Although the role of clean energy is increasing in both developing and developed countries, the overall contribution of clean energy to global energy system remains limited. There are also new uncertainties and challenges resulting from the international economic crisis, as well as from changes in policies in some countries. Therefore, I commend LG and CG for organizing this conclave. This event provides a major platform for communication and cooperation that allows government representatives, private sector, academia, research organization, investors, and entrepreneurs to exchange ideas, knowledge, and views on the critical issues facing the ongoing clean energy revolution. At the global level, the UN Secretary General's Sustainable Energy for All initiative has made remarkable progress since it was launched in 2011. Its objectives include achieving universal energy access to modernized energy services, doubling the global rate of improvement in energy efficiency, and doubling the energy of renewable energy in the global energy mix by the year 2030. Strong support and ample mobilization by stakeholders are helping to move the global objectives of this initiative forward quickly. I'm sure this event will provide an opportunity to build momentum and strengthen dialogue, accelerating universal energy access, and enhancing the use of efficient and clean energy technologies. In addition, this event will help raise awareness of clean energy trends, related market dynamics, and commercial opportunities. I would like to share my vote of thanks to LG Electronics Korea, who've always been a true leader in the field of ACs and innovation. CG Electronics, for that matter, is able to keep good pace with LG Electronics in terms of delivering and meeting customer experience. I would like to stress that the motive of this program is to sync with clean and green energy. LG has always been the pinnacle of technologies, advancement with superior products, very much into the green plus innovation, which I would like to fondly call Greennovation. The products offered by LG, be it ACs, air purifier, dehumidifiers, all have been using the core LG's inverter technology, promising incredible energy saving, leading to multitude of benefits in terms of money, health, lifestyle, and convenience. I would like to really thank you for taking time out and coming for this event. It gives us a great sense of learning from all of you as well, what the market opportunities are, where the gaps are, what we can do as an electronics consumer durable company of providing world-class products to meeting and collaborating with various projects in real estate, housing, industries, hotels, resorts, etc. So thank you so much for taking time out, and I look forward to a very, very effective and an efficient both-way, two-way interaction with you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chaudhary, for the keynote address and highlighting the importance of clean energy as well. LG is a brand that all of us have heard about, have interacted with in our day-to-day life, whether we know it or not. And now for the LG Electronics Incorporation presentation, I would like to request Mr. Sean Choi and would like to invite him on stage.
Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you, lady. I'm Sean Choi from LG headquarters. I'm working for LG headquarters as Chief Sales Engineer, especially for Asian countries. And I'm very honored, and I have to say thank you to give me the chance to introduce our company, especially in front of you, market opinion leaders, especially. And very nervous. I just hope I can deliver what I want to say in front of you. Okay, so I am ready, so I will get started. LG Air Solutions always aims to be a part of the customer's better life. And I made this material, and this material mainly consists of these 4 parts. First, intro. I will give you some introduction about our LG Electronics, and below that, Air Solution Company. And number 2, whatever you want for our world. Actually, have you heard about ESG? Yes? No? Okay. So I will let you know some ESG policy, what LG said, and what kind of ESG activities we are doing in our world. Third, wherever you are, Actually, from this third part, I will give this microphone to another our colleagues to explain you. But really speaking, in this part, we will show you the what kind of LG HVAC solution we have, and what kind of solution we can provide for some specific project, because there's many kind of building, especially like hospital, office, factory. Our HVAC solution have to be different by type of the building. So we will show you by the building type. And then part number 4, whenever you need, actually in this part I will introduce about infrastructure, what LG has. What kind of infrastructure can be help to your business? Okay. So after finish all this presentation, I hope you understand why we LG called as a total HVAC and energy solution provider. I hope that. This is a photo taken in the New York, Broadway, I see. With recognizing the series of, we are well aware that the seriousness of some kind of issues like environment pollutions or climate change, such things. That's why we declared the kind of 2030 carbon neutral goal to global market. Like this, LG continuously works for this kind of better future, not only our better current life. We are always looking for the current, the future. Before get started to introduce our Air Solution company, especially LG Electronics mainly consists of 4 major departments. First one, HNA. HNA company consists of home appliance and air solution company. Air solution. It's of course our all these air conditioner and air purifier is included in air solution company. So after this part, we'll introduce more detail about Air Solution Company and what kind of solution we Air Solution Company has. Next is HE Company, which is leading the home entertainment market with TV and audio and some home beauty devices. Next is the VS Company, which is focusing on both of autonomous driving and next generation electric vehicle. That's what VS Company is doing. And BS Company, we call it B2B company. This company's main product is robots and laptop, monitor, or signage also. So from now on, let's look at the Air Solutions detail. As you can see here, there's many business area we are doing here. And you can see there, many solutions are there. Between these two, there's the purpose. Why we have to develop the solution. Because of those kind of purpose, those kind of requirement by customer, by market. So by getting this kind of requirement by market, from market, we developed those kind of solutions. So I can say, with confidence, LG is the total HVAC and energy solution provider because we are able to give all the solution to the building regarding HVAC. And I can say we are ready to answer any question, any requirement from building regarding HVAC. You may concern about some current our life, or sometimes our future, because of pollution, the climate change, or something, carbon emission or something. Then, what is LG doing to deal with these issues? LG established ESG policies to answer the market's the requirements, especially for the sustainability. As you can see, left side, we have some achievement so far regarding environment, society, and governance so far. As you can see on the right side, we declared zero carbon 2030, and we established some fund regarding the carbon emission. Also, we joined the global global campaign named Business Ambition for 1.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, some activities like some activities LG Electronics carries out include cholera vaccine support in Ethiopia, medical volunteer activity. Especially LG and CG together have done for house building volunteer activity. Like this, LG has social contribution programs under the slogan of "Life is Good with LG." Thanks to this kind of activities, we got awarded by some global awards. I would like to say the best company award by Dow Jones, which is targeting on 2,500 global companies. And one more thing is EcoVadis. This is European Sustainability Index agent. We got platinum medal, which means 1%. I mean, highest 1% of global companies. Then, what is LG doing for next generation? First, from the production side, as you can see in the middle, the LG Smart Park is our air solution factory located in Changwon, Korea. In this factory, there are 20,000 workers working there. Anyway, this factory is recently was selected as Lighthouse Factory by World Economic Forum, which means this factory is leading for the future manufacturing. How we get this name by WEF means by improving energy efficiency about 30%, by increasing solar energy portion in the factory, Then, what is from technology and product? Not only by providing some kind of solution like ESS and the building management solution, but also we are providing a kind of energy audit with customer, not only by ourselves. LG with customer together, we are minimizing the energy consumption together by using energy audit. Also, we already started to use reusable packing for the air conditioner. Also, we already started to use sticker type braille guide on the remote controller, or use the audio manual, not the real manual, not use the audio manual to minimize the trash. We got many certificate and the awards for our technology. Especially about ISO, we got certification about quality management, health management, and environmental management. About AHRI, we got this award actually 5 years in a row for the heating and cooling operations optimal cycle. Actually, Mr. Chodari mentioned about LG have to lead our technology, but I will briefly talk about this on this session. I will introduce some next generation some technology in session number 2, discussion session. Not only about our technology, our products also are recognized for our good design by multi-number of global awards like this. Actually, we recently launched this kind of round cassette. Not in this picture, but you can see over there. After finish this session, I will introduce in detail about dual bank cassette there. Anyway, the models what we launched recently got this good design award. Okay. From next page, I will give this mic to my colleague, Mr. Jason Paul, who is the key account manager working for LG Singapore. So, hello, Jason.
Namaste. Welcome everybody, our distinguished guests. So I'm Jason, coming from LG Electronics Singapore. So please allow me to introduce the following air solutions, which will be something very exciting for you. Now, wherever you are, so what kind of air solution do we have for you? I would like to introduce this by using a typical family's day at work, at school, just for your introduction. So let's start off with the mother who goes to a corporate office that you see over here. And in this office, something very important is to have a comfortable environment, as well as it must be well ventilated to maintain a clean and fresh air. So from here, you can actually see we have our flagship product, which is the Multi V5. And with the Multi V5, it comes with the dual sensing control, which refers to both temperature and humidity. This product operates to deliver both comfort and energy efficiency. Another component in this solution is the commercial ESS. This commercial ESS can be used to store and use safe solar energy or power supply at a low cost. It can also be used to prepare for emergencies. At the same time, we also have DOAS, or the Dedicated Outdoor Air System, which provides a clean and healthy work environment by supplying fresh outdoor air while saving energy. And next is the father, who actually works in the factory. So in the factory, we have the working space, the process room, as well as a management room. And it's important to manage a comfortable temperature for a suitable working environment. So in this factory, we actually see the Multi-V5 collects the waste heat that is otherwise dumped during cooling, and instead uses it to produce hot water with up to 80 degrees Celsius using our high temperature HydroKeep product. In addition, through the LG Beacon building solution, we can manage the building facilities such as electricity, lighting, security, air conditioning, and heat source facilities easily with the user-friendly interface. Now, the daughter works in a hospital which has various facilities and spaces for health and safety of patients and medical staff. So what LG solution is hidden here? LG Hospital Solutions provides a customized system that takes into account the characteristics of each space in the hospital with accumulated technology and know-how. A chiller and an AHU, or air handling unit, are applied in this hospital to create a clean and comfortable indoor environment that can provide safe treatment and help patients recover. Inside the isolation room, we have the four-way cassette, the ERV, or energy recovery ventilator, are used, and the air purification kit equipped to the four-way cassette. It removes viruses and bacteria in the air. By maintaining an environment of stable negative pressure and appropriate temperature using the ERV, patients can safely recover and the spread of germs can be prevented. Next, we'll go to the son. This is his college campus where he studies. So in this college campus, what are the solutions we have? This building is equipped with GHP, or the gas engine-driven heat pump, which uses gas as an energy source. LG GHP employs a three-way catalyst device to reduce the charge of air pollutants. In the lecture room, the dual-vane four-way cassette that provides 6 airflow types is applied. So you can set the refresh mode that allows you to concentrate on your studies and also provides an air purifying function to create the clean and healthy air. If you add a human detection sensor, there's also a function that automatically turns off the air conditioner to save energy when no one is in the space. LG DXERV can not only recover heat while ventilation, but it also can humidify. In addition, the Beacon HVAC solution is applied in this campus. Therefore, a convenient integrated control and management of all LG HVAC products in multiple buildings and further energy savings are possible from one place.
Mr. Bok, if I can just take 1 minute.
Okay, sure.
We'd like to really thank Engineer Shankarnath Rimalji for being here with us. उहाँको हेल्थ रिजनले गर्दाखेरि उहाँ निस्किनु पर्ने सूचना मैले पाएँ, त्यसै कारणले यहाँलाई हामी धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छौँ। आजको यस LG Air Solutions Conclaveमा यहाँको उपस्थितिले पनि हामीलाई धेरै इन्करेजमेन्ट पनि दिएको छ। यहाँलाई यहाँको समयका लागि, यहाँको साथका लागि हामी एउटा टोकन अफ एप्रिसिएसन दिन चाहन्छौँ। यसका लागि म निरानाजीले अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। We'd like to present you with a token of appreciation, if we could have that. Because of his health reasons, he has to leave a bit early and he couldn't be with us throughout the entire program. So I'm really sorry and I apologize to interrupt you, but we'd like to present him with a token of appreciation. We'd do it downstairs. Engineer Shankarnath Rimal सरलाई हामी धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छौँ हामीलाई यहाँको साथ दिनुभएकोमा र आजको यस कार्यक्रममा यहाँको उपस्थितिका लागि पनि हामी धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छौँ। Thank you very much. I would now hand it over back to you, Mr.
Thank
Bok.
you. Okay, so let me just continue. Now we move to the father who is on a business trip in a hotel. So in a hotel, we do have our LG Hotel Solutions that you can find in all the facilities. Over here, we have the Multi-V Water, which is a water-cooled product that can be installed indoors. Multi-V5 is equipped with the ocean black fin, which has been certified for corrosion resistance, so it can be installed and used stably even in hotels near the sea. LG Hotel Platform is an IoT-based room automation system that enables customers to check real-time information, control room facilities, and check in and out easily. The hotel provides benefits such as quick response to customers' requests and optimization of manpower. The rooms are equipped with refrigerant leak detectors and low-noise indoor units for customer safety. Heat recovery improves the energy efficiency of hot water facilities and provide eco-friendly systems for hotels. And now the mom stops by for a cafe after work for one of her appointments. So what solutions do we have over here? LG's single split has a strong and stable performance as well as lightweight and excellent installation convenience. So it is the choice to go for various retail and commercial buildings such as cafe and other stores. You can see the neat and luxurious LG round cassette, which is a new product in our Multi-V5 lineup. This round cassette maintains an optimal temperature and purifies the air, even in spaces with many people. ACP5, which is the advanced control platform, is connected to control and monitor the system and to get and display the air quality information, so customers can feel more at ease. In addition, a ceiling fan that helps air circulation is added to create a comfortable environment with no blind spots, and customers can have a good experience in an elegant cafe. And now the family are back home, so what can we expect from LG Air Solutions? For example, if the sun goes out with the air conditioner turned on in his room, he is able to turn it off with the LG ThinQ app from anywhere. He can actually turn on the air conditioner and control the temperature in his room before he even gets back home. And in the living room, the family can use virtual assistants and voice commands to control the temperature of the air conditioner, purify and ventilate the air, and keep the indoor air clean. In addition, they can enjoy floor heating and hot water supply without using the air-polluting gas, all while saving energy and enjoying a comfortable and smart lifestyle. The smart home where the family lives in is built with a home ESS solution, so it actually stores and uses the energy stored. LG Multi-Split can heat and cool multiple rooms with just one outdoor unit. This outdoor unit is also compact, which makes installation and placement convenient. The one-way cassette and wall-mounted indoor units have the certified LG UV Nano technology, so the family can enjoy the cleaner and safer air. Premium ERV with UV Nano technology and HEPA filters out fine dust and viruses from the outdoor air before introducing it indoors to create a safe and clean indoor air environment, and minimizes energy waste indoors by heat recovery. AWHP uses the solar heat to provide the floor heating and hot water supply, so it is attracting attention as a renewable energy source. And this is currently what we use in Europe. So next on our nearly zero energy building. LG is preparing the zero energy house that is emerging as an alternative to global climate change and environmental pollution problems. Consisting of LG's high efficiency products and the HEMS, LG ThinQ Home Platform. This home maximizes energy efficiency and minimizes energy costs. At the same time, administrators or residents can access the LG ThinQ Home website or mobile applications to easily and conveniently manage their respective devices and energy use. In addition, by building a wireless-based IoT smart home, it provides a smart and fast control, energy savings, and convenience that exceed the residents' expectations. Now, we move on to wherever you need. LG Air Solutions is sparing no effort to provide customers with convenient and healthy life and business value. In this section, I will introduce the LG Global Infrastructure that is ready to support customers at any time. LG Air Solutions has 11 production sites and 53 sales subsidiaries globally. The production site is in charge of production and quality control. According to the needs of the region, the sales subsidiary is engaged in sales, marketing, services, consulting, and operating academies. This is how LG supports its customers' businesses with solid infrastructure. LG will also help customers to succeed in their businesses with its HVAC solutions that are optimized and tailored for customers' specific needs. We are making an effort to provide value beyond expectations by enhancing the value of buildings and creating more comfortable and smart spaces. Lastly, I'll move on to the construction and operation stages of a building. So we start off with the planning and design. And how does LG support you and your businesses? During the planning and design phases, LG provides tools for determining the adequacy of the system under review through modeling of the building energy consumption. We have the Lux Energy tool that enables checking the approximate energy usage and energy costs. And the Lux LCC program can analyze the life cycle costs, carbon emission, payback year, etc. In addition, we provide the HVAC energy consumption simulation through accredited programs such as eQuest and Transys. These programs are engineering tools that help customers to accurately and quickly select products with the specifications they want from a variety of products and various lineup. Now we also have the Lux CAD and Lux Revit design tools that can design the 2D and 3D plans respectively. These tools can help design with high accuracy through automatic drawing and checking design errors during the equipment placing, pipe control, etc. LG also provides various mobile applications too. Over here we can see you have the easy-to-use energy payback application and the CAC partner application. We have a B2B partner portal that provides the various engineering and marketing materials for customers that can conveniently access and download via the CAC partner application. And next stage, we move to the construction. So in the construction stage, an installation environment analysis tool is provided to analyze the environment before installation. We have the CFD and noise analysis tool, which minimizes losses by identifying problems before installation through the simulation. And this is widely used in the design and construction stages. But even after installation, it can be used for field improvements. LG also has a software for proper installation and service. We use the LGMV, which actually checks the system while installing a product and enables the easier and faster identification of problems in the installation environment for servicing or troubleshooting. Mobile LGMV also helps you to quickly and accurately check the information of operating system and the errors by using a smartphone. This actually helps you to take a quick action by providing the guide you need. And in the field event, we have a reliable HVAC system, which is made not only by high quality products, but also by proper design and installation. LG has the FE process, which helps the customers to design and install, meeting their environment and needs. We aim for perfect installation quality through design review, consulting, and troubleshooting support for specific projects that fall under the FE application conditions. LG also have 73 academies globally, and this academy operates in 4 levels. There are hub academies, which oversee the overall operation of the continent, local academies for each subsidiary, and regional academies that is operated in other large cities. And the last level is the ones operated as academy, which is connected with universities, partners, and government offices. Our academy actually provides the professional and systematic training that the customers actually need. On various on or offline training curriculums are being prepared for the theoretical and practical training for each stage, from HVAC basics and LG products to design, installation, service, and maintenance. The Global Academy has showrooms where you can see installation scenes for various types of buildings, a lecture room for learning, and a training center that is prepared for practice. So it is used not only for the training purposes, but also for various seminars and events such as dealer trips. Now we come to the last stage, which is very important, the operation and maintenance. So in this phase, before I go to the actual maintenance service, we have the LG ThinQ. This is actually a platform that makes your life smarter by allowing you to control LG products through mobile devices. This app actually helps to provide customers with a more convenient and simpler lifestyle through interlocking with other platforms such as Alexa in Google, as well as the LG products. And for the maintenance service part, the key is to effectively implement the HVAC system, but also its comprehensive maintenance. The LG HVAC maintenance service package offers a variety of customization options to suit each customer's needs, from regular inspection and cleaning to energy management solution. Through LG maintenance services that consisting of professional engineers, original spare parts, and beacon cloud, customers can expect reduced maintenance costs, longer product life, air quality management, stable operation, and prompt service responses. And for energy audit, we have a variety of specialized measuring equipment with a rich energy diagnosis experience. LG provides the energy consulting and solution to help customers reduce energy costs by checking whether there is wasted energy. And we suggest and provide more efficient solutions to suit the situation. By managing the entire energy improvement process from diagnosis and consulting to construction and troubleshooting, we help customers to reduce the carbon emissions and reduce the energy costs. These are some of the reference sites that we have globally. So LG has actually accumulated the experiences and the technologies over the long period of time. And based on that, we are providing customers with various products and solutions that is especially designed for each type of buildings, such as factories, shopping malls, schools, hotels, offices, and many more. And LG aims to become the reliable business partner by supporting the entire process from design and construction to operation and maintenance for its customers. Wherever you are, whenever you need, and whatever you want, we believe LG Air Solutions is the business partner of you and the good life with the value you want. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bok and Mr. Choi, for your presentation. It was very interesting indeed and informative to see how far developments have been made, what are the changes, what are the new things that are coming in various LG products. So thank you very much for sharing that. I would now like to invite on stage Mr. Zico for the air care presentation, where we'll definitely get to know more about various LG products.
It is really an honor for me to have a presentation in front of you guys. It is very far from Singapore. I am from Korea, South Korea, definitely. And then I'm living in Singapore. And then I came to Nepal to support the CG team as well. And I'm gonna start the presentation for the air purifiers and the dehumidifier. So nowadays it is very, very the sensitive things, indoor air quality. So I heard that here the variety of the sectors in the industry that many of the people are here. So I hope you guys can understand more and then how to apply to your business. So before we actually start, we're gonna see one short video for you to more understand about the air purifier. And because this USP is one of the key USP, so which other brands doesn't have. So later on, you can understand why this one is so special as well.
This is another surprising function of LG Puricare that no other purifier has, the Clean Booster. LG Puricare is LG Puricare's Clean Booster can deliver clean air very far, as much as 7.5 meters. The Clean Booster rises and rotates to the right and left in order to deliver clean air even to the furthest corners. You can see that Puricare can send all the clean air through the rotating Clean Booster, which powerfully purifies the entire room. LG Puricare.
Okay, so just now the Clean Booster, which is the very unique selling point, and also right outside of this room there is the demo, the products as well. And then before we end the first session, you can see and how it works as well. Okay, so we have total 2 models. One is single size, another one is double size. Both sides has displayed there already so that you can check it out later. And then there are 4 things, the 360 purification and Clean Booster, just now we mentioned. And third one is baby care. So later on we can know how the air purifier works to the baby care. And the fourth one will be the 6-step total care, which is on the filtration system. May I have a question? So you guys have air purifier at home? Can you please raise your hand or finger? Can you please? Thank you. So because the conventional type of the air purifier normally suck the air from the front side and then throw the air to the top side. That is the conventional type. So if like that, there is the blind spot of the air suction. Am I right? So if you want to just suck the air and clean the left side, then you need to move to the left side. And then if you want to clean the right side, then you need to just move it to the right side and another room and for the air purification. So if it is heavy, then that is more difficult to move here and there. So as you can see here, the LG air purifier looks the round shape. So thanks to this round shape, it can suck the air from the 360 degree. So no matter where you display and you put the product, it can suck the air from the 360 degree. And the filter also, the shape is 360 degree, so it can suck the contaminated air from the 360 degree. And then this is the clean booster. So, okay, so the main point is that we have here we have the suction fan, and then we have another one fan for the distribution. So no more of the conventional type of the air purifier, they focus on the suction and distribution together in one time. So that's why there the technical is the suction and distribution together. So that's why the air goes to the top only. So thanks to this, the additional fan, so it can make the more air circulation. As you can see, the left side, this is all the dust, and then the conventional type blow the air to the top side, and then LG air purifier can blow the towards side so that it can more the air circulation in that area. And then, okay, so this one, I want to share just how our air purifier, LG air purifier, can be used for our kids as well. And because especially the double size of the air purifier, we have the baby care function as well. Why this one is so special is that, okay, I'll show you here. So between of the tower, so there is an additional, the air comes out. So that's why it can cover all the crawling babies. If not, just if the throw the air to the top side, only then this one cannot really just cover to the crawling baby's height. And for example, here is the ceiling is very high, right? And then what happened here is that dust is, I think you guys are all the engineering part, right? So dust is heavier than the clean. So dust air is heavier, so all the dust air is around us. Then if the air goes to the top only, and even we open the door, then all the clean air will go out. Am I right to say? So that's why air circulation is more important. That's why LG, even though it is cost though, yeah, LG invested on additional fan for the air circulation. So I would say this is only one product for the baby carrying products. So if you guys think about the kind of the school project or the crawling the tallest the project, then you can apply with this the product, I would say. And then next will be on the filter side. Filter, this green color is our the HEPA filter. You guys well know the HEPA filter H13 grade, and inside the black color is charcoal type. So it is removed the home odor and the formaldehyde and smoke as well. And then for our the dust part, 0.02 micrometer, 99% we can remove it. And then in the home, just we can see many of the just bad things. I'm not just reading all the component. So main thing it will be the formaldehyde and ammonia, which is very famous for us as well. So it can remove by this charcoal filter, which is the black color one. And then our filtration, all this system has been tested and demonstrated by many of the countries, not only the Singapore. So of course there are a lot of the brands which is very common from the C country and other countries, but I would say what I can say is our product has been demonstrated. So from not only Korea, and here British, and that is Korea, and America, Russia, Japan, and Korea. So many of the countries already tested and demonstrated the LG air purifier so that you can believe it, the product. Okay, the last three things. is the first one will be the PM 1.0 sensor. Many of the brands has the PM 2.5 sensor. In simplified, just I will explain it. The PM 1.0 is sensor, so it can detect more the smaller particle, so that it can show through the display. So those, as small as the air purifier can detect, it can show more correct information. I hope you to understand it. Okay, so for display, depending on the air quality, it shows 4 colors differently, starting from red and up to the green and blue also. And then remote controller. Of course, there is a remote controller, but as you well know, so by using the cell phone, you can monitor, you can control, and also the main point, which is a very unique one also. So I saw that someone has the air purifier here. Okay, so because our filter can be used for 4,000 hours, so we don't say 1 year, 2 years, because someone can use it for 4 hours a day. Someone can use 10 hours a day. Then who can say 1 year you can use your air purifier? So normally just market say about that. But anyway, so our air purifier can be used for 4,000 hours. So we cannot track the 4,000 hours, right? Who can track the 4,000 hour uses? I cannot remember when I purchased also, right? So that one, thank you, we track for you. Then you can use the thank you, then you can check the how many percentage of the filter you can use more. So you can see the durability using the thank you, I would say. Okay, that's all for the air purifier. So I have another one more for the dehumidifier as well. So far, is there any question? Okay, thank you. Then let's move on to the dehumidifier section. Oh, sorry. Is there a question? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you for your presentation. I wanted to ask you regarding your air purifier.
Yes.
What would be the value in terms of MERV? Exactly where we stand? Up to what level we can filter? It means if you can give us MERV value, minimum efficiency reporting value for this filter. MERV.
MOV.
Yes.
Actually, for the we have a grade is the H13 the grade. So as we well know, so bulb grade we don't have, but the HEPA filter H13 grade we have, and which is well known in the market as well.
And then HEPA equivalent to, if you go for efficiency, then what would be the efficiency of your HEPA, which has been used in your purifier? 99.97 or 99.997 or 99.998?
Yeah, correct, exactly. So that test report, after the event, I can share with you the exact test report and how many of the percentage exactly it can remove. And then if use that filter, maybe you may want to know how many percentage the air block as well, right? Am I right to say? Yeah, that one. Yeah, after the event, I will share with you the event or the report detail.
Thank you. We'll go in detail and then we'll talk.
Thank you very much. So, is there any more question before we move to the dehumidifier side? Okay, then let's move on. Okay, so next product will be the dehumidifier. So the Nepal as well, just I studied, and it is quite high, the humidity level as well. So this product also has been displayed right outside of the room. So later on, when the demonstration time, you can see and touch and hug. Yeah, you can see that as well. So, okay. So the total weight will be the 16 kilogram, and it is quite rigid. And also the capacity 19 and 30. This is based on the test conditioning. So I would say the Nepal is 70%. The capacity will be in Nepal around 25 liter will be. And then the decibel, noise decibel, the more detailed information of the decibel as well, I will share with you later. And let's move on first. Okay, this is the Kathmandu, the Nepal humidity level. So averagely, yearly, just 73, around 74% the humidity level in Kathmandu. So, which means, so you need to remember the 74%. And then based on the American Society of the Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning Engineering, that from that the institution, the 40 to 60% of the RH is the proper range of the humidity level, which means just now Nepal, the Kathmandu was, you remember, right? 74, which is that higher than the recommended the humidity level. So if the humidity level is lesser than 40, then people are really open to getting the flu easily. And if over the 60%, as we well know that there is more the environment on the fungi, the environment. So it caused more the people the discomforting, and also in the house there are more will be, and then even though just you cannot dry the clothes indoor as well if the humidity level is very low. So that's why we need to control the dehumidifier. So first there will be the we might use the blanket as well. Then it can be used for the blanket dry. And then second one, just also floors and feet. And third one, you can protect your very kind of the expensive goods like Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Yeah, kind of the very expensive the goods you can protect from the more using the humidity adjustment. Okay. So first one will be the I will share with you later though. There is the special accessory for shoes as well, so it can more faster dry as well. So we know why we need to use the dehumidifier, right? So then now I'm gonna share with you why LG dehumidifier so special, and this is good to have it. First one is the dual inverter compressor. I hope you guys all know the dual inverter. Later on, I will quickly just share with you with the image as well. Second one is the ThinQ. ThinQ, we can control and see and monitor and also check the bucket level as well. The third one is very convenient design. This one later you can check also. Okay, so dual inverter compressor. I will just explain very simply. So first one, this one, the conventional type of the compressor, this one is on-off. I cannot adjust the speed. Okay, and then the second one is the inverter compressor. Can adjust the speed, but there is only one cylinder. But dual inverter compressor, there is the cylinder. Then it can make the more balance. So that's why it can make the more capacity, and it can reduce the noise sound as well. Okay, so for the noise wise, the maximum is 39, and the low noise operation will be the 33, and which is the sleeping, the environment, the noise level. And then we guarantee the compressor. So that's why we can provide the 10-year warranty for the compressor. So we all know LG has a very good technology on the compressor. That's why the washing machine and other of the all the compressor is very the well known. So that's why we guarantee on the compressor so that we can give you the 10-year warranty of the compressor. Okay, thank you. So control monitoring and time scheduler also can. And there is also one thing that I like as well. I use the dehumidifier at my house also. Okay, so when the bucket full, then of course many of the brands shut down. If not, the water will becomes out, right? Every of the brand they can shut down themselves, but LG dehumidifier can give you the alarm. Yeah, can give you the alarm through your phone. So while you're working at home, just it gives you the signal. There is the water has been full already, so you need to clear the water in the bucket. So thanks to this thank you. So we can know, and then we can clear, and then we can be well noticed when the water is full. Then so that we can go and clear the water as well. Okay, so the other things is that we have the two accessories. One is for the shoes. So I used those already. So there is accessory inside there. So if you use it, then rather than just putting under the sunshine around the 70% faster than it, then the best point I like is no smelly, because it is rainy days. If I wear the shoes and I need to wear it tomorrow, then there's actually I cannot just use my hand dryer there, right? So it makes more faster dry, and also the smell also will not be happen as well. So I really like that, the accessory also. Second one is the T-hose, which is for the drawer, so that you can focus on the drying on the drawer as well. The water tank, it is transparent type. So this one later on demonstration time, just I will tell you again. And then the convenient design as well. You can touch and then you can see and then you can feel yourself, which is really, really convenient to move here and there and looks very pretty. Okay, it has an ionizer and also the continuous hose, the drainage. This one, nowadays we go traveling a lot, right? And then if monsoon period here in Nepal, right? There is then rainy season. Then if you need to go traveling, then how can you control the humidity level on your house? No, Gucci and and the Ferragamo and very high-end brand items. How can you control it? So using the ThinQ, when you're traveling on that time, just you can use the ThinQ and using the continuous drain. So you put the drain hose to the washroom or the drainage the area, and you can see the humidity level while you're outside of the house and while you go to another country, and then you can turn on and off, and you can adjust the mode as well. This is what we can use nowadays. So third one, this one is auto clean function. Yeah, just after the turn off, it will automatically blow the air some more the seconds for the more removal. This is the last chat. So I'm also the kind of the engineer. So dehumidifier is a smaller version of the aircon. So it is, what I want to say is it needs very safety. So that's why the LG also put a lot of the effort to make the safety in the dehumidifier. Okay, so that's all for the dehumidifier. So before I end, is there the question here? Okay, we come to the end. Thank you for listening to the presentation. Thank you very much. I'm Juno Lim. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lim. Your presentation definitely showed us how well built it was, along with all the different and new technologies incorporated in these products to make our lives easier. And because we also have industry experts and leaders, we definitely hope that you will pave the way and show that you care about your customers, about your employees, because air purifiers and dehumidifiers these days are the need of the hour post-COVID as well, and rightly so. We would like to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Mr. Park Chung-suk, Ambassador of Republic of Korea to Nepal. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for being with us. We'd also like to welcome Mr. Anand Gurung, Economic Specialist and Secretary to the Ambassador. We'd also like to welcome Ms. Yong-sung Park from the Embassy. Thanking His Excellency and the team from the Embassy for being a part of this event. We would now like to continue our event. A good team is what makes goals and dreams possible. And now to introduce the LG Air Solution team and highlight the multi-V5, I would now like to invite on stage Mr. Vivek Gyawali.
His Excellency, respected MD sir, distinguished guests, eminent industry professionals, ladies and gentlemen. I feel very pleased to introduce my team members who have made this business possible. So let me call upon my team members one by one on stage so that I can introduce personally. Myself, Vivek Gyawali. I am the commercial air conditioning team leader. I have been associated with CG for last 10 years. Mr. Suresh Acharya, B2B team leader. Mr. Sachin Gupta from product planning and management team. Mr. Prabhakar Jha from product planning and management team again. Mr. Vikas Srivastav from service team. He's been the national service team leader. Mr. William Shrestha, sales engineer. Mr. Brijesh Barai, HVAC designer. Mr. Rajendra Balami, service engineer. Mr. Prajun Dani, product trainer. Mr. Gewan Singh, information displays. Mr. Avinash Saha, senior sales member. Mr. Manoj Khadka, again senior sales member. Mr. Raju Pokhrel, senior sales team. Mr. Uttam Khatri, senior technician. Mr. Narayan Prasad Adhikari, senior technician. Thank you so much for our team introduction. Okay, so we'll move on to, we'll have one group photo session. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will quickly touch upon the very core technologies of LG Multi V5 system, because my former speakers from LG Electronics have already covered most of the things. But as a take-home message and something to remember and to recall, I want to quickly go through some of the core technologies about LG VRF system. So let's begin. As a core technology, I would like to talk on 4 aspects of the LG Multi V5. The first is the ocean black fin. The second is the low noise operation available in LG Multi V system. The third is the wide operation range that LG Multi V5, the 5th generation VRF system, can cover. And the last but not the least, the type changeover outdoor unit, which might be something very interesting to the entire architect fraternity and the engineering fraternity. This is something I would like to discuss in detail. So let's go one by one. So LG has come up with the 4-sided heat exchanger, which you can see on the screen. So we have now the 3-sided heat exchanger with which it comes with a protective coating, which we call ocean black fin. It has 3 very main elements in it. One is the hydrophilic film, which by virtue of which the water cannot retain on the fins. So there is less chances of corrosion and thereby ensuring durability. The second is the epoxy resin coated heat exchanger, which will again ensure durability of the machine. And third is the aluminum fin, and this feature has been accredited by and it is UL certified. And let's talk about the low noise operations available in LG. With the help of a simple indoor remote controller, we can set the settings such that low noise operations is automatically activated depending upon the settings we provide. Now LG can boost its operation range in cooling mode and can cater up to 48 degrees centigrade of outdoor air temperature in cooling, and in heating it can work as low as minus 25 degrees centigrade outdoor air temperature. So this is a big milestone in LG Multi V5 system. And I'm going to talk about the type changeover outdoor unit. This is like, suppose a hotel has already kept an air conditioning system with a regular heat pump models, a 2-pipe system which we know. Now LG has a simultaneous heating and cooling feature where one room can run in a cooling mode, whereas the other room can run in a heating mode from the same system. That feature is made possible by a 3-pipe system and an introduction of HR unit, heat recovery unit. So if a old hotel wants to replace their machines and wants to keep a simultaneous heating and cooling model, they simply need to buy a new heat recovery outdoor unit and that HR unit. And there is no destruction in the indoor side at all. And only with the replacement of outdoor and the HR box, you can have your retrofit and make that hotel simultaneous heating and cooling. Isn't this wonderful? Yeah. So we have already done a lot of HVAC projects in Nepal, and now proudly would like to say that we are offering made in Korea Multi V5 system in Nepal, and we have a footprint of almost 1 decade now. So from the humble beginning, we started from 2013, and as the years grew, we also grew, and now at the end of 2022, we have done almost 4,000 horsepower. This is our history and milestone. out of many different projects, I have plotted 12 projects here to show in the descending order in terms of horsepower. So we have done a record number of projects in the country, and to name few of the projects, I'll quickly go through the projects. We started our first project at CG Digital Park Satungal, and then followed by Megauli Serai at Chitwan. And then we did Nepal SBI Bank at Kesar Mahal, Lakshmi Bank, Index Furniture, and then Taj Vivanta Hotel at Jamsikel. So also we did Chhauni Hospital, few residential projects. Mr. Ganesh Parajul is now the elected from Rashtriya Swatantra Party. He has won the elections actually. We have done his residence project with LG Multi-V5 project. We have done Patan Hospital, we have done civil homes, we have done Ratna Hotel at Biratnagar, civil savings, we have done US Embassy projects, we have done few hotels in Nepalganj, we have done Everest Bank, we have done few Siddharth Hotel at Nepalganj, Kathmandu World School at Gundu, Bhaktapur, Western Mall in Nepalganj, Sanima Life Insurance, Rahi Mart in Nepalganj again. So we have covered almost east to west all the cities of Nepal. So our footprint is widespread in the country. Thanks to my team members again. With their support and dedication, we are able to achieve all these milestones. So quickly running through all the projects, we have done a Veteran Army Hospital at New Road Front Gate, nearby New Road Front Gate. Yeah, and then we have done a couple of residential projects of Mr. Suman Shrestha, Pragyat Timal Sinha. We have done CG Telecom. We have done Suzuki showrooms. We have done Delta Educational Mart at Butowal. We have also done Anmol Catering. We have done projects in Bhairava Launch, Zodiac Launch. We have done hotels in Pokhara as well, one of which is Hotel Swiss International. We have done Nepal Overseas Marketing, Central Passport from the government sector, Godavari City Hall, the biggest project we have done so far in the government sector. We have also done a few INGOs, corporate buildings. For example, Ishi Mode. We have done Sangam Suites, Hotel Barai in Pokhara. We have done Oasis Complex in Patan Doga. We have done Baranda Restaurant in Lamjung. These are few of the testimonials, certificates received from the happy customers. From few project references from India nearby. Site interaction pictures with our architects and designers, customers. So I'd like to show you a testimonial video, and let's see what our customers has to say for LG VRF system. Thank you.
Namaste. म डाक्टर सन्तोष शाक्य यस आरएस लाइफस्टाइल हस्पिटलमा एज अ सिइओ र चिफ हस्पिटल एनालिस्टको रूपमा काम गरिरहेको छु र आज यस आरएस लाइफस्टाइल हस्पिटलमा हामीले एयर कन्डिसन सिस्टमको लागि भनेर धेरै कोटेसनहरूलाई हेरेपछि हामीले एलजी सिस्टमलाई चाहिँ हामीले छानेका छौँ बिकज एलजीको जुन एयर कन्डिसन सिस्टम छ भिआरएफ सिस्टम त्यो चाहिँ कस्ट इफेक्टिभ छ हाम्रो लागि फिनान्सियली पनि त्यो राम्रो भयो अर्को यसको पर्फर्मेन्स पनि राम्रो छ र मोर ओभर त्यसबाट यसमा जुन भिआरएफ सिस्टम राखेका छौँ त्यसबाट हामीलाई पाउने जुन सर्भिस छ र जुन आफ्टर सेल सर्भिस उहाँको मेन्टेनेन्स उहाँहरूले उहाँको टिमले दिनुभएको जुन सर्भिस छ त्यो पनि हामीलाई धेरै राम्रो लागेको छ र आई रेकमेन्ड एलजी सिस्टम सबै ठाउँमा।
नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चाहिँ सञ्जय श्रेष्ठ हो। म चाहिँ अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सम्मेलन केन्द्र आइसीमा काम गर्दैछु। आइसी केन्द्रले यो गोदावरी सिटी हलको जिम्मेवारी लिएको छ र यहाँ चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ म चाहिँ एसी युनिटमा काम गर्छु र त्यहाँको यहाँ भएको एसीहरू सबै हामीले मर्मत गर्छौँ र यहाँ चाहिँ एलजी कम्पनीको एसी लागेको छ। यो 3000 हलको क्यापेसिटीको हल हो। यहाँ चाहिँ यसको आउटडोर चाहिँ
Thank you very much for your time and attention, and thanks for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vivek Gewali, Senior Manager, CG Electronics. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that we had promised you a break in between session 1 and session 2, but considering we started late and we also have a panel discussion, a very important panel discussion to start, we would now like to start and jump right into the panel discussion. So I'd request the hotel staff to kindly set the stage for the panel discussion as well. The topic that we are discussing today is role of technology in energy transition. Ekdamai important topic ma as a panel discussion huna gairaheko cha. We have speakers from various backgrounds who are going to add a lot of input into this topic as well. We will definitely try to bring some cookies, tea, coffee onto your table is what we would say. अब हामी सुरु गर्न जाँदैछौँ रोल अफ टेक्नोलोजी इन एनर्जी ट्रान्जिसन र अब म हाम्रा मोडरेटरलाई निम्त्याउन चाहन्छु मञ्चमा. I'd like to invite the moderator of this panel discussion, Assistant Professor Niranjan Bastakoti. I'd like to invite him on stage to kindly carry forward with the proceedings of this session. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our moderator of this panel discussion, role of technology in energy transition. यहाँ सबैजनालाई जानकारी पनि गराउन चाहन्छौँ यो प्यानल डिस्कसन पश्चात चाहिँ हामी अफिसियली हाम्रो आजको कार्यक्रम समाप्त गर्नेछौँ. हाम्रा विभिन्न एलजी कोरियाबाट आउनुभएका एलजी सिङ्गापुरबाट आउनुभएका महानुभावहरू पनि गेस्टहरू पनि रहनुहुनेछ टिल द भेरी एन्ड अफ this program. So तपाईहरुलाई पनि प्रोडक्ट सम्बन्धी टेक्नोलोजी सम्बन्धी केही क्वेशन्स केही क्वेरीजहरू छन् भने अवश्य पनि उहाँहरुलाई सोध्न सक्नुहुन्छ. After this panel discussion we will be concluding the program and breaking for dinner as well as the product tour, because बाहिर पनि यहाँले विभिन्न प्रोडक्टहरू देख्नुभयो होला. कति जनाले यी विभिन्न प्रोडक्टको बारेमा आज जानकारी लिन्छु, कतिले सायद अर्डर गर्छु भनेर पनि आउनु भएको छ होला. सो तपाईहरुको क्वेरीज क्वेशन्स केही छ भने we are confident that you will find the answer and the solution to your queries and problems as well. The stage is all set, our moderator is all ready, so I'd like to hand over the proceedings to our moderator and request him to invite our panelists of this session.
Thank you, Sadishaji. Welcome everyone. I think we are way ahead of schedule, so maybe everybody is wanting me to finish it earlier. Respected His Excellency and the team from Embassy, industry leaders, academicians, consultants, architects, and government representatives, and all the honored guests, welcome. First of all, I'd like to thank LG for this opportunity. So the topic for today is a role of technology in energy transition. So when we first discussed it earlier, when we were preparing for it, we discussed with the team that it was kind of a vague topic, so it can be taken to or diverted on any ways. So I think from the previous sessions, we can conclude that even though the topic is vague, we'll try to focus it more on building energy consumption, because that previous presentations were more focused on HVAC systems, building energy. So for that, without wasting any time, I'd like to invite my panelists. First one, the man who needs no introduction, a very famous person in Nepal, and I think he has been already introduced many times, even today, Mr. Nirvan Chaudhary, MD of CG Corp. First of all, sir, I'm really privileged to talk to you, sir. Great fan of yours. And then I'd like to welcome Ms. Subhalakshmi Shrestha. She is acting director at Alternative Energy Promotion Center and working in the sectors of energy efficiency in building. So welcome, ma'am. Next, I'd like to welcome Bibhutiman Singh, sir. He's a senior architect. He owns and runs a architectural firm, Technical Interface, and is actively involved in designing of energy efficient building systems. So let us welcome him. Next, I'd like to welcome someone who is very close to me. He's a professor as well as an SBC consultant. He has worked for more than 40 years in this sector and has educated everyone. And everybody I meet always say that they are students of him. So let us welcome Professor Bhattrai. And lastly, I'd like to welcome our representative from LG, Mr. Son Choi, who is a senior manager at LG. Thank you. Okay, so now let's start the topic, role of technology in energy transition. So before doing that, actually I had a plan of speaking something. I had to prepare a write-up, but it didn't work out. So let's begin with a question, energy transition. So I'd like to ask a very simple questions to everyone, including the panelists. What do you know what made Homo sapiens special from other primates some 3,100 years ago? So what was the reason we were able to excel everyone? And we were able to survive and proliferate as a species. Anyone, just a guess? So the answer would be using and controlling fire. So that one, which was the first energy that human beings discovered that made their life better. So once human beings or Homo sapiens were able to control and tame fire, then what happened was it had an important social behavior implications. It encouraged groups of people to gather together, stay up late, share the stories and imagination, and then allowed our ancestors to stay warm, cook food, and ward off predators. So it sounds very basic, but it was the first primitive energy transition. So which was followed by the next transition in discovery of fossil fuel, solid fuel, which started the first industrial revolution, and then the second energy transition, which was governed by discovery of liquid fuels, oil and natural gas. So we have reached so far in technological development, but the problem that we are facing, the mankind is facing, is of global warming and climate change. So so consumptions of energy efficiency, these are the things that we need to consider now. So with this background, first I'd like to put my question to Mr. Nirvan Chaudhary. So as a person who runs and owns a business, let's say these topics are discussed by technical people, engineers and all that, but I'd want to know it from someone who runs a business. What do you think is the key role of technology in energy transition and its impacts on energy industry?
Thank you so much. I mean, for us running a business, the cost of energy, who will know it better than someone operating business in Nepal? Okay? We know that if you take the last 20 years, for a long period of time, because of 16 hours of power cuts, power load shedding, we were running our business on diesel generator. Because at that time the cost of other renewable energy, alternative energy like solar, wind wasn't really possible. Solar and all were very high per megawatt. So for us, when we are determining our cost sheet, the energy cost for running a plant, running a manufacturing facility, running a hotel, running a retail outlet was a very, very important component. There were lobbying with the government in terms of policies that at night not many people are using electricity, so we will probably run the maximum efficiency of our plants at night because the cost of power per unit is much less. So for us, energy cost was a very, very important factor in determining the viability and feasibility of any project. Even today, now that other costs are becoming more important, more higher. We as a group are continuously looking at newer technologies, newer innovations. So for example, our industrial park in Nawalpur, right? We have our own cogen plant where we are generating electricity using steam by use of husk. And that produces a lot of energy and power because there was a technology advancement. Now there are much higher technology where instead of using husk, because the price of husk has gone down, we are going to be using other material. Even in our own plant, we have started to explore to put solar panels. So there's a hybrid system. Between daytime we use solar and at night time we use normal electricity that comes in because at night the cost of power is much less. So we are continuously doing a lot of energy audits. I am specifically wanting to get experts to come in and see how we can better maximize the use of energy. So let me give you an example. In our brewery area, I invited a friend of mine to do an energy audit. And when he did the audit, he was seeing that there are various parts of the brewery. So one brewery was in the morning AC was running, okay? And no one was operating at that part. So using one technology solution, he was able to switch off the AC for that section. And one was that the AC was at 23 degrees, where you could have required it at 24, 25. So then he was controlling the temperature for everywhere. So, using technology and innovation to building the efficiency of your overall management of your factory, of your offices, etc., it looks like very small, okay? But when you have that each unit saving, it becomes very big. And luckily for LG, they've got this embedded system which has, so when LG inverter ad says, okay, we give 30% less, more, saving in energy, they mean it's 30% less saving. So it's the companies like LG that differentiate others with coming up with products like that.
For that, actually, as I'm trying to ask you that question, what are the decarbonization techniques you are using? But you're proactive in answering that. So since we are focusing on building energy, so can you point out few technologies that you're trying or that are in the pipeline that you want to implement in future or doing right now, something?
So definitely, we are as a company, we are a big fan of LG products. So we've seen their ThinQ technology that they use. So with using the centralized efficiency operating system, we are able to automatically configure the consumption of energy that happens, the level of energy that goes in. So, technologies like LG coming out is very, very important for us. But also in terms of hardware, right? Coming up with a hybrid system of different technologies, continuously, learning from industry experts and hearing from them and what best can be done. Home solutions, real estate, industries, factories, hotels.
Great for to hear. And before going to Subalaxmi, and I'd like to ask you, I'm very happy to know that the private sector are coming forth and doing the decarbonizing thing. So what is the government's role in this? Do you think there is so much of, legal constraints regarding energy efficiency, or how do you picture government's role in trying to implement energy efficiency, like using these products or doing these things?
So, us as a company, 10 years ago, we did the first audit for sustainable development goals. Now, there is no reason why you need to do it, but as a company, we have our own governance, we need to do it. Now, 1.5 years ago, we started ESG, right? So one of the very important components in ESG is environment. So for us, let's say in our industrial park again, we've got 16 manufacturing plants, And instead of putting the industrial waste out, we invested in a effluent treatment plant, which would get the industrial waste and as a output have compost and clean water for the farmers. Now we don't need to do that, but you have to be a socially responsible citizen and a company to start thinking like that. Similarly, we burn a lot of garbage. We've invested in auto incinerating machines which produce clean air, or even in our boilers we invest more on filter bag systems so that clean air comes out to whatever possible. So a company has to itself take that moral obligation and that responsibility towards the society. In our industrial park again, when we reached there 25 years ago, there was not even a single tree. Right now we have 8,000 trees there. Why do we need to do it? It's for a better environment, and we are bringing in. We have ourselves started calculating a lot of carbon credits that if a company was to earn, how much we'd earn. But because there is no policy and all that, it's fine. But it's our own feel-good factor, that we are able to save so much of carbon emission through our company. We were doing a lot of normal vehicles, but now we're doing a lot of electric vehicles. A lot of things that we are doing is moving towards environmental sustainable goals. Sustainability, environment, energy. All these are a very strong component of how I think that differentiates a good company and a great company. And I'm really trying to work towards that. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do, but at least that direction has started for us.
Okay, thank you. But I don't think most of the other companies are doing it. So I'd like to move on to Ms. Subbalakshmi and ask her about what are the initiatives from government, what are the legal obligations, or how strict, or let's say how much proactive government is in implementing energy efficiency in buildings.
Thank you, Niranjanji. Yes, thank you so much, Nirvanaji, and all the audience. It's very good to know that CG is doing very good in proactive basis in the context of energy efficiency. And being a government, as a government representative, I would like to say a few government initiatives over here so that it will be beneficial to all the audience over here. It could be one of the way of awareness creation as well to all, that what are the energy efficiency initiatives that has been taken up to now from the government side. So let me start from the history that energy efficiency initiatives has been come up from 1985. It has been long way, but looking at the energy systems database, but it has not yet been integrated in the system. Yes, there has been a momentum on this, and there are lots of important things that has been happened, like what we have already hear from Nirvanaji, that energy audit of the industries, basically the high energy consuming industries, like some of the trainings like auditors trainings, and public awareness program, like we could say this could be the one of the example, and management of this electricity with the promotion of energy efficient bulbs, where we could see that now we don't have incandescent lamp, and we can see at least in Kathmandu that we have LED lamps and all those things. These all are the initiatives that has been taken from Ministry of Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation, along with Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supplies, under the Nepal Energy Efficiency Program, which has now been entitled as Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Program. From the policies point of view, if we see that in the constitution of Nepal itself, there has been the provision of providing, like under 51 articles, to have reliable and affordable access to energy to all the citizens, and also the provision of polluters pay over there, so that we should all be conscious towards the environment, and so that we can live in the very good environment, and we can sustain the environment for our future generation. we have energy efficiency cell throughout the organization, to name the few, like in AEPC as well, Alternative Energy Promotion Center, where I work. There is energy efficiency unit, and we are the mandated organization for the promotion of energy efficiency activities throughout the country. And we have a Nepal energy efficiency strategy as well, where there is the provision of having the pathway for the energy efficiency. And we have like in NEA also, Nepal Electricity Authority, DOED, Ministry of Industry as well. There are Ministry of Energy Efficiency cells over there. And if you see the periodic plan, 15th plan, where there is a long-term vision 2043, where we aspire to become a middle-level income country to the developed one by 2043, having the economic growth rate of 10.5%. And this Nepal energy efficiency strategy, where I have already said that we are aspired to double the energy efficiency achievement rate by 2030 of 1.68%, where one of the key strategies is to develop the national standard. And we are closely working with NBSM for formulating energy standards, national standards for household appliances. So we have started from fan, and now we are moving ahead with washing machine, air conditioning, and all those household appliances. And I think you all are aware of National Industrial Enterprise Act 2020, where there is a clear provision of waiving deduction of in the purpose of income tax, that all the expenses we have invested in the industry for energy efficient equipment that can be waived with that provision. And Financial Act we have every year, where in this 2022 as well, we have a provision of VAT and tax exemptions of like 100% waiver of excise duty and reduced custom duty for electrical and electronic equipments. And if you see the provision for indigenous products to the important one, we have a positive discrimination of up to 15% financial incentives to the indigenous goods. And globally, we are heading towards having net zero emission by 2050, and which was, for the case of Nepal, it was revised to 2045. And we have long-term energy strategy to have net zero emission by 2045. And I have already said that we are the mandated organization for energy efficiency. We are working for the awareness creation of energy efficiency, and few examples of implementation of energy efficiency related things. And we are collaborating with private sector organizations like FNCCI, CNI, and different development partners, and few projects to name, like Green Project, Urja Nepal program, Building Energy Efficiency program, where we are closely collaborating with them to have some kind of building code recommendations, so that we could, up to now, we don't have any energy efficiency code in the building code, but we are working on that area. And I'm glad to know that the LG is also providing energy audit services over there. And now APC is working towards having its own building, and where we have proposed to have a VRV system, HVAC system, and free cooling options over there. And myself, delighted to announce there that we have first VRV system in 2005, where we installed it at British Embassy under the leadership of Ravindra sir. And lastly, I would like to inform you all that we have drafted energy efficiency and conservation bill, and which is in approval process. And I hope with the new government, it will be passed, and according to the building code as well, so that we have a very conducive environment and in the point of energy security and energy access. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sivalakshmi ma'am. It was nice to know that national standards are being developed, and there are many initiatives like staff sourcing, and bill is coming forth. So let's hope that it gets materialized. And now, since now, till now, I think we have we can agree that building is one of the major sectors of energy consumption. So how we enter into energy transition will be guided by how building energy efficiency will be taken in the future. So I'd like to very quickly go to architect Vibhuti Mansingh and ask him about, as a designer, as an architect, what are the ways of passive and active energy saving methods in buildings? What you have been practicing energy efficient building for many years. So how do you view as a project leader?
Well, thank you. Well, I can only talk about buildings, and your question is about buildings, of course. I can only talk about buildings and the immediate environment. But first, I have to give a short note of gratitude and greetings to, first of all, to my friend and well-wisher, Rabindra Bhattarai, who invited me to this, and without whose invitation I wouldn't have bothered, frankly. And my colleague, Shubha Srestaji, with whom I have worked recently, and my foreign friend, and of course, Mr. Chaudhary. And thank you for inviting us. And you know, everyone knows your dad, and you know what he is called in our circles. Do you have any idea? We call him the Big B, the Big B. It's a big compliment, you know. Like Amitabh Bachchan is the Big B, Nepal's Big B is Mr. Binod Chaudhary. No, it's a big note of compliment. I hope you like it. And His Excellency the Ambassador, nice to meet you, and our foreign friends and many friends and colleagues in the audience. Well, coming back to your question, let me refer everyone to a previous discussion that we had some days back with very important officers of the business house here, where I had rather nastily remarked on the theme itself, the role of technology in energy transition.
That's why from in this beginning, I focused it on building.
Yeah, so I won't go back to that again. I hope you did not take offense then. I hope you won't take offense now. But the role of technology is obvious in building transition. There's no debate on that. There's no controversy on that. The only thing to do is how we can go about doing it better, that's all. So as far as buildings are concerned, what we have been doing for the past 10, 12 years, or probably 15 years is, right after the international exposition in Shanghai, where we had a separate area called Best Building Practices Over the World, and I was quite informed and inspired by that exhibition. And I started this green building practice, green building certification practice in one of our buildings. And we tried a lot. We tried for around 2 years, I think, trying to get LEED certification for that building. And it was good while it lasted, but we regret to say that we were not certified at all due to many reasons, mainly due to cultural reasons, and mainly due to countrywide differences, you know. And LEED obviously cannot be applied universally. It can't obviously be applied in full for Nepal. That's why we could not get certification. We tried in several other projects as well, and we could not get it. LEED as such, the guidelines that are presented in the LEED booklets and guides are very good and very comprehensive, and it can serve as a very powerful design tools for the architectural profession. That's why, based on our experience with LEED, we have tried to tweak it a little to suit our local conditions, and we at the Society of Nepalese Architects, SONA we call it, have been trying to, for the past 5-7 years, trying to build our own rating system that suits the local environment, that suits the local economic condition and social conditions. And we have not been very successful in getting cooperation from many sectors, and that's where I would say, maybe this might sound like a diversion from the topic, but as I said last time in our discussion as well, this is where big business houses like CG can play a very powerful role in convincing the government to introduce some sort of a rating system for environmentally sensitive building activities. The government, Subhaji also has been very active in this sector, of course, but we don't know very much about them. And the government, as I said, as I remarked last time also, you know what happened in the global conference in Egypt. Our minister, their minister, went on a holiday tour to Cairo. She left the conference to technicians like Shubhaji who do the most of the donkey work, while the topmost people go on a holiday. That's reflective of the government's attitude towards energy in general. And I hope that answers your question. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vibhuti sir. I think it was very insightful the way you said how LEED was not being able to be implemented in here. So I'll come back to you, but I'd want to go to Professor Bhattarai. As an engineer, as an SBC designer, we all know that. I know that most of the building energy is consumed from HVAC systems. So half of the around 50% of energy consumption in building is through HVAC. So if we can intervene HVAC systems, then we can have a significant energy saving. So to that, I'd like to ask Professor Bhattarai about what are the different, since he's a HVAC consultant, what are the different heating cooling technologies available in Nepal, and how do you see them in terms of energy efficiency and energy conservation?
Thank you, Niranjan. Nirmanji, my panelist colleagues, Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, my colleagues in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank CG Group for giving us this opportunity to say a few words and express our opinions in such an august gathering of Nepal. And Niranjan, I'd like to take some liberty before I come to specific topics of your question. Let me start by, I believe that we have to take an overall macro view whenever we talk about energy. It should not be like the proverbial story of 6 blinds filling elephants and defining elephant in their own way. You know, you said in the energy transition, the first was probably the discovery of fire, and then the subsequent developments came. I believe that we have not, despite the developments in the technological field and the intellectual field, we have, as a mankind, I feel we have not yet come to the realization that we have to be dealing with nature in a more respectable way. We have still, as a whole mankind, irrespective of which country we're talking about, we are treating nature as the object. Now, we have to realize that we are supported in our very existence by the object, the nature 24/7. So unless we start dealing with nature in a more respectable way, or even go to the extent, if we can, in a compassionate way, we're not going to solve this problem forever. So the energy, there are different aspects of energy. I mean, like there are many sources of machines, different technologies like heat pump. Previously we used to have boilers, now we've got VRV system, which give something to the tune of 4 COP or ER. That means if we spend 1 kilowatt of energy as input to the compressor, we get 4 kilowatt of heat or cooling effect. So that's a great leap forward for the mankind. And we're lucky that we're using this technology in Nepal in a massive way. And I also feel very happy that I have the opportunity to work with architects like Bibhuti Mansar and so many other colleagues in the audience. And I've come to realize that architects, senior architects, practicing architects, and upcoming architects are very aware of these energy issues when they design the building. That's a very positive development in the country. We've come a long way in realization. What I would like with what I would like to request, if possible, to Nepal government through Subhaji, is that, it's time we change the focus of energy conservation. Energy, how we look at Nepal's energy scenario. Because if we look at the government document, we say 80% of the energy is domestic source, blah, blah, blah. We've been reading that since I joined engineering college. Now the focus should change. Why? Because we're using expensive, most advanced form of energy, that's electrical energy, in buildings, and our buildings have come a long way. Now we're having high-rise buildings, commercial buildings, hotels, etc., and they are consuming 80% of the energy for heating and cooling. So that's where the focus should be, apart from what we burn in Torai for cooking food. That's there. I have no issue with that. But the focus has changed because we have changed, our cities have changed. Now I feel that our focus should turn to that and start addressing that issue through building codes and like the measures he has said, awareness measures and all that. Now to that, I would like to add that there are two different parameters. One is physical parameter, that's using smart machines and good architectural design. And there's another parameter, is that the behavioral change. Like I said in the beginning, once we start realizing that nature deserves better respect from us, we will not switch on the machine at 16 degrees, switch on the thermostat at 16 degrees and leave the doors open. That's where our behavioral changes have to come in. So, it's not no matter how smart machine you use, if you let the machine cool your heat, let's say cool season, let's say, give an example of heating. If you hit the most expensive machine, buy the most expensive machine, let it heat your room, leave the doors open, windows open. That's not going to make it. That's not, you have the satisfaction of satisfying your ego that I bought the most expensive machine in the world. But at the end of the day, how you are using it, how you are operating it, makes a lot of difference. So I think it's time we all need to address, and like I said, there are many agencies working, Nepal government is working in a massive way. Our architects are very well informed. I work with young architects and senior architects, and I have an honor of working with most of the renowned architects in Nepal. I have had discussion, I have had differences of opinion. But one thing is sure, we're all concerned about energy, and we need to beef up this practice more and more. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for putting up this the new idea of not only going for machines, but changing our behavior of how we see energy, how we operate it. So thank you, sir, for that. Now I'd like to move to Mr. From Senior Manager Son Choi, and I'd like to take liberty to focus specifically on LG Technologies, since you are here all the way from LG to represent the company. So, with the background of all this discussion, how is LG Technology placed in this context of energy efficiency and providing better solutions for buildings? How are its advancements linked to energy efficiency, the technology of LG?
Thanks for giving me the chance to explain our technology and our case in terms of high energy efficiency. Actually, if you ask about specifically the technology, then we have some advantage than another competitor, aircon competitor, because we are manufacturing not only the air conditioner, but also refrigerator and washing machine together, which means we can accumulate the technology for the compressor and motor, which is our core parts in air conditioner. So, in case of high pour or some vapor injections, which is our patent technology, which is adapted in our Multi-Wave 5. But if I say without technology, if I say some best practice in some countries, then I would like to say about Korea and Singapore case, because these two countries' efficiency standard regulation is very tight. So first, Korea, to make higher efficiency with air conditioner, we suggest to the building site to install not only air-cooled VRF, but also water-cooled VRF, or ground-cooled VRF, or GHP, gas engine heat pump, which is more higher than normal regular EHP, which means air-cooled VRF. And one more thing in Korea is ESS, which is energy storage system. So in Korean case, our electricity tariff in nighttime is more cheaper than daytime. So when we during the nighttime, we store some electricity with the storage system, and then we use this storage, the electricity in daytime, so that we save the money. And if I talk about some Singapore case, actually 3 or 4 years ago, when if I imagine that time, Singapore government announced the new energy efficiency regulation. At that time, we thought that we cannot meet TIC 5, which is the most highest grade, because this is very high efficiency. So we thought that this is one of unicorn. Yeah, we can go there. If it'll be better, we can go there. If we can go there, but yeah, let me try. But this is very high. This is our out of scope. We thought that, but eventually, actually, last year, in 2021, with BRF, LG got TIC5 for some unit, and TIC4 for another 30% unit. And I cannot say specifically, but in next year, first quarter, we will get some very, the market's highest grade eventually. So, even though we think this is very too much high for the efficiency, but after we announce for the market, and then yeah, we know that this is eventually one day some manufacturer or multi-manufacturer will able to follow this regulation. Mr. Singh mentioned about green building and LEED certification. Actually, Singapore is managing green mark by Singapore government. So in this regulation, there's the net zero. Okay. Okay. And then yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sinoy. But Seung, I wanted to ask you about, see, when we talk about SBSC systems, we focus more on heating and cooling systems. So there is another factor, indoor air quality. So we saw in the sessions before how LG is prepared for that. So in your opinion, my question is, how is LG prepared to battle pandemics similar to COVID in future?
Yeah.
The focus on indoor air quality.
Yes, okay. Okay. So the COVID, real name is COVID-19, which means from 19, the pandemic is started. So actually in the middle of 2020, some global agent like Ashore and Loiba announced that some special design guide, including MOB. Somebody talk about MERV, MOB. MOB grade and ventilation. So, which means we need to make a huge amount of ventilation, and we need to apply above 8 plus for office building, something like that. So after that, we LG prepared two solutions. First one, ventilation. So we have various type of ventilation system. First one, ELV, energy recovery ventilation. Another one is AHU. And one more thing is pre-cooling system. The pre-cooling and preheating system, FAU we call it. And especially with the CCD, ducted unit, we developed about 13 filter box so that customer use without or with MOB 13 filter, because MOB 13 filter is an accessory. And yeah, I talked about ventilation and MOB filter together, yeah. So other than this ventilation and the filtration, we have many other solutions more, but this is the lack of, there's lack of time, so I will just talk about these two things. Thank you.
Thank you. So very quickly, I'd like to get back to Professor Ravindra and Vibhuti sir about the indoor air quality. Very quickly, we are running out of time. So what is the awareness of indoor air quality in Nepal? We saw very purification products here, but I think in my observation or opinion, people in Nepal, when they understand HVAC, they understand it as only heating and cooling. So how aware is Nepal on indoor air quality?
My feeling is people are aware. They're having asthma, they're having cough. They realize that I went out and I developed this cough. But in general, people don't know what to do. We in the engineering circle talk about the indoor air quality and how it should be done. Some people, I know some people are using this portable air purifier in homes. The awareness is there, but people are kind of they don't know how to seek the right solution. That's what I feel.
Well, indoor air quality, let me talk about the building that we try to certify with LEED. You see, LEED has a special standard about indoor air quality, which advises us architects to put up signboards saying no smoking and all that sort of thing, and they discourage the use of high VOC materials, that's volatile organic compound materials. So we put that into our specs, especially with regard to paints. Paints which you may have experienced gives us a headache, you know, with high VOC paints. And paint industries also have come up with water-based paints, which are very low VOC and does not give us a headache at all and does not smell so much as the high VOC paints. And as far as awareness about indoor air quality is concerned, I guess it's a work in progress, I would say. Yeah, let's put it end it at that.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your opinion. So we are coming to the end of conclusion of this program. So at the end, see the need that I could derive from the discussion. It was a very vague one, but the need that I derived was the building energy efficiency is important, and people are aware of that, even indoor air quality. And there needs to be some kind of harmonic work between architects, consultants, and private sectors. So not a question, but a request that everyone to come forth from the government sectors and then build an energy efficiency. And it was also very nice to hear from Mr. Nirvan Chaudhary that LG is going way ahead than the building codes and doing it on their own. So I would request, we all would want to see LG in future, CG in future, taking the initiative, taking the lead in implementing the lead as well as NEPLIS standards. So with this note, I'd like to end this discussion. Thank you very much, all the panelists. I'd like to thank all the panelists and thank you, audience, for your support.
I'd like to request all of you to kindly stay there for one more minute because we would like to show our appreciation and give and present the token of appreciation, for which I'd also like to invite on stage His Excellency to kindly join us on stage for this token of appreciation. We'd like to first of all present this token of appreciation to Mr. Sean Choi. I'd like to request His Excellency the Ambassador, yes, to kindly distribute this token, if possible, along with our MD. We'd like to give the token of appreciation from your hands. Can we have the token of appreciation on stage, please? Mr. Sean Choi. We'd also like to invite Mr. Juno Lim Zico on stage to kindly accept this token of appreciation. He's just gone out. We'd also like to request Mr. Rabindranath Bhattarai to kindly accept this token of appreciation. We'd also like to thank Ms. Shubhalakshmi Shakya, and we'd like to request Ma'am Shubhalakshmi Shrestha to kindly accept this token of appreciation from our side as well. Architect Vibhutiman Singh would also like to request you, sir, to kindly accept this token of appreciation from our side. We'd also like to invite Mr. Jason Pock on stage to kindly accept this token of appreciation. And our moderator of this session, Assistant Professor Niranjan Bastakoti, would like to request you to kindly accept this token as well. And now, I'd like to request Mr. Nirvan Chaudhary to kindly present our ambassador with a token of appreciation. We thank you for your presence, for your support, always, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for being with us today and gracing us with your presence. We really thank you. With this, we come to the end of the event. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for doing the honors. Thank you very much to our panelists for sharing so much insight on this topic. And thank you very much to our moderator for doing a fabulous job. Thank you. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we come towards the end of the LG Air Solutions Conclave 2022. We'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of this event. यहाँहरु सबैजनालाई आजको साँझ हामीसँग बिताउनु भएकोमा हामी धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छौँ। यहाँहरुले खोजिरहेको सोलुसन आफ्नो अर्गनाइजेसनको लागि होस्, आफ्नो नयाँ प्रोजेक्टको लागि होस्, त्यो तपाईले LG-बाट पाउनुहुन्छ भन्ने अपेक्षा गर्दै आजका लागि म कार्यक्रम सञ्चालिका सदीक्षा श्रेष्ठ पनि बिदा माग्न चाहन्छु। And I would like to personally request and invite all of you for the product tour right outside this hall. यहाँहरुले खोज्नु भएको सोलुसन LG-बाट प्राप्त गर्नुहुनेछ भन्ने अपेक्षा हामीले लिएका छौँ. Please do join us for some cocktail dinner as well. Thank you all once again for being here and supporting LG. Thank you very much. Have a great evening ahead.